Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
He's just standing there. Now, they said that he was uncomfortable, but the same person...
Now wait, were you all just doing some light petting or were you all engaged in sex? Okay, you answered. In my courtroom, it's about equity and fairness. Stop. Is that true? I don't want you to understand. I want you to overstand.
Yes, sir.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. Justice should be more than just some foreign concept. I actually want you to learn something. That's not gonna happen. Not up in here, not today. And boom goes the dynamite.
Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Sydney Callahan claims her pricey country club membership was canceled after her mother went too far with a male employee and says it's time for her to pay up.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
Ms. Callahan is suing Tracy Callahan in the amount of $3,750.
All parties been sworn, Your Honor.
Third, get up at the Thomas. Ms. Callahan, you suing your mom?
Yes.
So why are you taking your mama to court, ma'am?
I'm suing my mother because her immature behavior and inappropriate behavior got me kicked out of my neighborhood country club.
Okay. Well, you knew that's what we were here for. You're saying, oh my God, like this is news to you.
Your Honor, this is extremely painful. My daughter is ashamed of me.
Okay.
My daughter is embarrassed.
So let's start there. Did she tell you that? I am ashamed of you, Mom.
No, she didn't.
Okay. Did her actions tell you?
Yes, her actions.
Right. And what is it about you that you believe she is ashamed of?
I'm just being myself, Your Honor.
Okay, but you said my daughter's ashamed of me.
I think she might be embarrassed because I'm a very outspoken person.
All right, so you're outspoken. What else?
I have a couple of cocktails here and there.
You like the alcohol?
Sometimes I'm not an alcoholic, Your Honor.
I didn't say you were. I said you like the alcohol.
I like to have a drink or two.
The alcohol.
And you think that because you like the alcohol, your daughter is ashamed of you?
Yes.
Because you're outspoken and you like the alcohol.
I like to flirt, Your Honor.
All right. And then there's the flirting.
Your graciousness.
Oh, all right. Oh, now here you go. Does she have a problem when it comes to flirting?
She does.
What is it about her flirting that you have a problem with?
It's just unnecessary. And I've caught her...
Flirting is just sort of what people do with each other. Is it that she's too much over the top? Is she too aggressive? Is she loud
She's
about
too
it?
over the top with it, and she flirts with everyone.
So you can be anywhere at any given time, and Mom's gonna get her flirt on if it's a good-looking person. And,
yes.
And you can't go anywhere without...
I can't go anywhere with her.
That's not true.
Okay.
She's a mess.
And is it irrespective of race, age,
Absolutely.
Whatever the circumstance?
Absolutely.
It's
sometimes completely inappropriate.
Give me an example.
She flirted with my boyfriend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What happened with the boyfriend?
What happened with the boyfriend? I mean, I decided to invite him for a Christmas dinner because, you know, we were getting serious, and the entire time she was just all on him, and I just felt very uncomfortable.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Were you flirting with a boyfriend?
I was trying to get rid of her boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
That's not what I asked you. What I asked you was, were you flirting with him?
I was not.
Yeah, exactly.
I was not, Your Honor.
Okay,
I was being nice to him. I was not.
No, I'm saying you may have had a reason for flirting with him, and that may have been a diabolical reason to ultimately get rid of him. So I'm going to make him so uncomfortable. I'm going to throw myself at him and gush and bat my eyes and do all of that because you were trying to annoy him.
Right.
But you were doing that.
I felt like he was abusing my daughter.
Okay. And you said, I'm going to flirt this situation into non-existence.
Exactly.
Got it. You have some issues with your mom. The issues, as it relates to this case, sort of brought everything to a head.
To a degree.
Okay.
There was a moment, like once I went to college, everything between us was very crazy. And so I had
that?
Her antics. I would never hear the end of her financing me, going to college. And, I feel very appreciative of her doing that.
Why would that be considered antics on her part, her reminding you what she's done for you?
Because she used
that. Sounds like a parent to me.
Because she used that as an excuse to get away with inappropriate things.
But it's not inappropriate to me.
Well, tell me what it was that she was doing inappropriate.
It's just her demeanor, her behavior towards the men in my life, towards the men in her life, just being very immature. And I just got really tired of it. Okay. But there was a moment throughout that time that I realized that, she had me very young. And so.
Well, you knew that. Okay. And the bottom line is, you said you're outspoken and you're flirty, and you're probably not as demure as she would like you to be, but that's just not who you are.
That's not me. I am who I am.
You are who you are.
Coming up on America's Court.
He's just standing there. Now, they said that he was uncomfortable, but the same person.
Now, wait. Were you all just doing some light petting, or were you all engaged in sex? Okay, you answered.
And later.
What do you think was the reason that it started going downhill?
Honestly, it's a shocker to me why it went downhill.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. America's Court is back with the case of Sydney Callahan, who is suing her mother, Tracy Callahan, for the cost of a country club membership.
I can't help it if I came to the country club, I went to the pool area, and all I saw was Baywatch everywhere, men everywhere. You got to understand something, Your Honor. My life consists of me working. I worked hard. I worked hard and long. I put my child through school. So now this is my time. This is my season to enjoy my life.
But I expressed.
So you're at Baywatch, and you see all this eye candy in front of you.
So it's like, what's up? How you doing?
Hey.
What's up, baby?
Hey.
With it? Yes.
Now, but who are you engaging with in terms of these conversations?
The workers, the guys that's there.
Okay, so not the other guests.
No, I mean, sometimes it would be guests.
Well, how many people are we talking about?
It might be one or two, Your Honor.
And you're just sort of being a little...
Yes, to me, I feel like I'm being friendly. I'm not...
All right. And what was it that her friendliness was causing you such grief?
The first incident happened, I received a complaint from the country club's management about
Saying
her
what?
flirting with the staff and how it made them feel uncomfortable.
Okay.
I didn't think they were uncomfortable.
If they came to their manager and said, this guest is making me uncomfortable, that's a problem. Was it just one complaint?
That was the first complaint.
Okay.
The second situation was she created a sort of she had a certain episode at the country club dining area. She was called out for her inappropriate swimwear. She did have a cover-up, but she didn't meet the dress code, so they weren't willing to serve her dinner.
Right, they didn't want to give me...
Because they said what you're wearing is not suitable.
I had on my swimsuit, Your Honor. I can't help it if I'm stacked in certain places.
It became a scene.
Look.
The manager reached out to me.
And
she pays a lot of money for this country club. Why
are you allowing her to continue to use your fob key or access if you don't want her there, destroying what's otherwise a good thing for you?
Because initially, when the first incident happened, we had a conversation.
Is she living with you now?
No, she's not living with me.
But when she's coming to see you, she's going saying, I want to take advantage of the country club.
Exactly.
And you paid how much money to be at the country club?
$7,500.
For how long of a period of time?
For 1 year. I only got to use 6 months.
And why only 6 months?
Because she got me kicked out.
They said because of your guest.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
No, I'm talking. Because of your guest, you're not going to be able to enjoy the other 6 months of your membership, and you're not getting a refund on it.
Exactly.
Did you understand the terms and conditions of the agreement when you signed up for this?
I did.
So there was nothing about the contractual agreement that they wavered from. They were within their rights to say, you're not getting any additional money, and you're not being able to utilize the facility.
Yes.
Okay. Why do I remember reading something about you ended up making out with one of the people?
Well, okay, Your Honor. So
Did that happen?
Yeah,
Yes,
it did happen. It was on the 4th
I'm not denying that it happened.
It was on the
But
4th.
you were rude to me.
What does that have to do with you making out with one of the staff?
This was the 4th of July, Your Honor. I'm there dancing, having a good time.
She was
dropping
intoxicated.
It. Excuse me.
Okay.
I had 2 drinks, Your Honor.
Okay.
Okay.
We were dropping it like it's hot, having a good
goodness.
time. And she started complaining about me being vulgar and embarrassing.
What does that have to do with you making out with someone?
She kicked me out. So on my way out, I'm leaving the main area where the party scene is. And as I'm leaving, lo and behold, he's just standing there. Now, they said that he was uncomfortable, but the same person.
Now wait, were you all just doing some light petting or were you all engaged in sex? Okay, you answered.
That was the final straw. And so after that, they decided to terminate my membership.
And so why is it that she should be paying you the $3,750 for what otherwise was a decision that you made to even allow her there?
Because it was her actions that led to my contract being terminated.
Yeah, but
Got
I didn't know
Based on
what
the
was.
testimony
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
and the evidence presented before the court, the gavel has to come down in favor of the defendant, your mom.
Why?
Because you didn't have a contractual relationship with her.
But
You
I
had a
expressed to
contractual
her.
relationship with the entity. You can't sue them because you signed off on these are the terms and conditions.
But-
and part of that is you are also responsible for your guests. And if you made the decision knowing her and knowing that she can be over the top and knowing that she likes alcohol and knowing that she can be flirty and you keep letting her go there, well, then that's on you. Your matter's dismissed. That is the order. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
You know you was wrong for bringing me here. This is an embarrassment. This is something we could have talked about amongst each other.
I've tried talking to you so many times. I can't believe I lost, but it is what it is.
Coming up on America's Court with Judge Ross.
You're hurt.
Yeah,
You're
I
hurt.
really am.
And rather than just saying, I'm hurt, you're like, I'm gonna hurt you.
Yes.
Yes.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Reza Hassani claims he spent big bucks on hard-to-get concert tickets and says his ex-girlfriend chose to rescue a bear over a romantic night together. Mr. Hassani is suing Allegra Madison in the amount of $2,200.
Mr. Hassani, you are suing in the amount of $2,200, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. The reason why I'm doing this is we had plans scheduled to attend a John Legend's concert, and she flaked on me. And
I have seen John Legend in concert, and it is quite a performance. And the two of you were in some sort of relationship?
Yes. That's
For how
correct.
long?
6 months.
It was 6 months. Up until the concert, was everything smooth? Was it not so much?
It had its bumps.
It
Well,
had
I
its
felt
bumps.
at the start it was good, but it just became in downhill from then on.
What do you think was the reason that it started going downhill?
Honestly,
No, lie to me.
it's a it's a shocker to me why it went downhill. It felt great at the beginning.
It was a shocker.
Yes.
Okay, and Miss Madison, was it a shocker to you why it started going downhill?
No,
I didn't think so.
no, sir. I have a job that I'm very passionate about.
Good for you.
Truly is right now my #1 priority. So I have had issues trying to have relationships.
And what type of job is it?
It's rescue and rehabilitation for local wild animals.
It starts becoming a problem for you, though.
Yeah, it does.
Coming up on America's Court.
I've lost a lot for this. It was not just time and it's not just money, it's time, and I've invested into our relationship. And,
Your Honor.
And it just keeps happening.
He's not-
Did you all break up after this happened?
Yes.
Yes.
You're hurt.
Yeah.
You're
I
hurt.
really am.
And rather than just saying, I'm hurt, you're like, I'm gonna hurt you.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross. America's Court is back with the case of Reza Hassani, who is suing Allegra Madison for the cost of concert tickets.
In other relationships, did this issue come up?
It has in the past, not in every relationship, but yeah, I mean, it does take
And
up
what's
a lot of
been
my
the
time.
universal theme that you are hearing when it comes up?
That I can't make plans that I can stick to. People get real annoyed with that. He was getting angrier and angrier every time something came up.
How many occasions would you say you had to cancel
Probably
out?
6. I have some evidence that I'd like
I'll
to show
take a
you.
look at your evidence as well. All right, you have 5 events listed here. You're like, this is when she missed this birthday party, overnight trip to Santa Barbara, a group dinner, a holiday party. You had to go out on New Year's Eve on one occasion.
Again, I can't tell a bear when it needs help.
And you're suing because of that.
Yes.
Because was this event, the John Legend concert, the last straw?
Well, yeah. I mean, I can't attend. I don't have.
I mean, I see the tickets.
I don't have a guy friend to go to. That would be weird if I went. It's a romantic concert.
I was planning on going. I took the day off work and I got approval for that, but things don't always go as you plan, and someone called off sick and a bear needed to be rescued and Fish and Game was already up there and they needed our team. So they called me.
You gave me evidence through Deputy Thomas.
I did. The first picture is of some of the
Wow.
animals that we've rescued.
Look at that.
Aren't they gorgeous?
And look at you with this big old bear.
And that was the bear.
You've seen these pictures,
Yes.
and yet you're suing anyway.
Well, I've lost a lot for this. It was not just time and it's not just money. It's time, and I've invested into our relationship. And,
Your Honor.
And it just keeps happening.
He's not-
Did you
if
all
she's-
break up after this happened?
Yes.
Yes.
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns. This is America's Court with Judge Ross.
You're hurt.
Yeah.
You're
I
hurt.
really am.
And rather than just saying, I'm hurt, you're like, I'm gonna hurt you.
Yes.
Yes. When you bought the tickets, did you say to her, I'm treating you, or I'm just taking you out, I want to go see this, I think we'll have a good time? Is anything in that space? Or did you say something differently?
I wanted it to be
You wanted to
a
go
date
out and
night.
have a nice time
Right.
and have a good evening, and you were going
I
to get
did.
gussied up and
I did. I bought a new dress. I had my nails done, which you can tell animal people don't have nails.
based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel has to come down in favor of the defendant. I get being frustrated because that means you really like her. Legally, you can't meet your burden because it was a gift. Your matter is dismissed. Case closed.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been dismissed.
Wish you the best, but I'm happy that we're not together.
I wish you the best as well, and I'm just looking forward to having a relationship with someone that shares my passion for animals.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.